Unsurprisingly, Dillian Whyte has put his name forward as a replacement for Luis Ortiz if his world title challenge against Deontay Wilder gets cancelled, as it looks like being at the moment. One of the other front runners, and this has now been admitted by Team Wilder, for replacing Ortiz is Stavern. I would much rather see Deontay Wilder face Dillian Whyte than Stavern, in my personal view. But obviously, my real preference, my absolute top preference would be for Wilder to still go ahead and fight Luis Ortiz. I hope they somehow manage to salvage it. I really do. But if they don't, then Dillian Whyte rather than Stavern. I was actually quite looking forward to seeing Stavern fight Dominic Breazeale. In fact, I'd rather see Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale than Wilder against Stavern. Stavern is just, that fight don't appeal to me at all. Wilder versus Breazeale, yeah, there's history between those two. They don't like each other. They've had some type of altercation after Wilder's last fight in the hotel. And Dominic Breazeale's coming off a good win against an undefeated fighter in Izu Agono. So if Dominic Breazeale's in the WBC top 10 or top 15, whatever he needs to be to qualify as being a voluntary for Wilder, that's a fight I would much rather see than Stavern. Please not Stavern. Please. I know he's mandatory and everything, but why is he even mandatory? You know? Why is he mandatory? He's fought once in, what, 3 years, and that was against Derek Rossi, and somehow he's mandatory? How the hell did that happen? Why isn't Ortiz or Breazeale mandatory? Because they've both been fighting better opposition and have been more active than Stavern has been. I guess we'll see what happens. But if Deontay Wilder fights Dillian Whyte, how do you see that fight going? You think Wilder would win? How good a chance do you give Dillian Whyte of beating Wilder? And also Wilder against Dominic Breazeale. How do you see that fight going? As far as Wilder against Stavern, if you want to talk about it, go ahead. But I'm not even going to ask you guys about what you think about that fight or how you think it would go, because we already saw it first time around. And I think Wilder would win more decisively second time around. I think he'd maybe even stop Stavern. I know Stavern is tough, but he's been off a long time and Wilder's been improving and he's been very active. So I reckon he's got a good chance of stopping Stavern this time out. Yeah, so let me know how you feel Wilder would do against Dillian Whyte or Breazeale, and who is your preference as a replacement for Luis Ortiz if that fight don't happen. Some of you guys are going to be talking about Jarrell Miller and a bunch of other people. Again, if they're in the WBC top 10, and in fact, I'll try and put a graphic on screen of the WBC top 10 or top 15, whatever it is, so you can talk about which names you would like to see in there against Wilder. All right. So drop your comments in the comment section below. Comment section below. Let me know how you feel. It's happening. I'm out.